Hello and welcome to Let's Learn. So today we'll be looking at Year 1 grammar again. Okay, so for today we'll be learning proper nouns. So proper nouns are names given to people and places. Right, so for people, we can have people's names like Rosmani Latif, Tan Kaheng, Gopal Krishna, Peter Jacobs, Aziza, William and Jayanti. For places, it can be names of places and can be the names of roads like Tanah Rata, Genting Highlands, Pulau Tioman, Jalan Ampang, Kampung Baru, Taman Selasih and Tasik Chini. So you can see all of these whenever it's the beginning of a word, then it is a capital letter. The first alphabet is always the capital letter. Like Rosmani Latif. So R is capital and L is capital. Alright? And if it's Genting Highlands, you can see G is capital and H is capital. So you have to remember that if it's a name, then you start with a capital letter. If the name has a few words in it, then each word will start with a capital letter. Alright? So proper nouns always start with a capital letter. For example, Rahima Latif, Sundram, and Lee Kah Sing. So you can see R and L are capital, S is capital, L, K, and S are capital letters. Alright? So common mistakes. People start the name with a capital letter, but because the name has 3 words in it, so they forgot to put a capital T and a capital S. Another one would be the address. Jalan Kenari is the name of a road. So Jalan, the J is capital, the K is also capital, and Cheras is something like a city. So it's a capital C. Alright? So again, last month we went to Taiping. So the capital T for Taiping, because Taiping is a place. It's the name of a place. Alright? Then number 4, the boy is Chandra. So this is a boy's name. So the C must be a capital. Alright? Now, let's dive in to the practice questions. Right? So without practicing, we won't be able to apply what we've learned. And if we don't apply, what happens is we forget very easily. Okay? Now let's look at part A. Circle the proper nouns. So for number 1, it is Shanti. Okay? Number 2, Malaysia. So you can see it starts with a capital letter. Why is it not I? Because I is not a name. But Malaysia is a name. Same for this. Shanti is a girl's name. Right? So, that is someone's name. That's why that is a proper noun. Now, let's look at number 3. Her father is Mr. Chong Li Ming. So, Mr. Chong Li Ming is the proper noun. Okay? Now, let's look at number 4. Encik Wan Zain is my teacher. So, the proper noun will be Encik Wan Zain. Okay, it's part of his title, and the title is part of his name. So that's why Encik is in there. So number 5, she lives in Taman Ehsan. So the name of the place that she lives is Taman Ehsan. That's why the proper noun is Taman Ehsan. Alright? Now number 6, my father went to Besut last week. So Besut is the name of a place. Why is it not my father? It's because it's the name. Sorry, it is not the name, right? It's just very general. My father instead of Mr. Who and Who, right? So number 7, that girl is Susan Lee. So her name is Susan Lee. That means the proper noun is Susan Lee. Is her name. Okay, number 8. The National Zoo is in Gombak. So over here we have two proper nouns. One of them is National Zoo, which is the name of the zoo, and we have Gombak, which is the place where the zoo is. Okay? So that's, one of the traps that they can give to you. If your teacher chooses to do it during a test. Right? So you have to be careful. Sometimes it's not only one, but there are more than one in it. So number 9, his house is in Putrajaya. So his house is in an area called Putrajaya. And then number 10, my sister is Betty. So Betty is the name of my sister. Okay? Now let's look at part B. Rewrite these sentences. Use capital letters for the proper nouns. Ooh, okay. There's going to be a lot of writing here. And as you can see, my handwriting's not that great, but just bear with me, okay? I just hope that you can read. So number 1, my brother is Tommy. So the one that we need to change is the capital, to write a capital T for Tommy, because that's a name. Okay, number 2, she lives in Sabah. So Sabah is a state. It's the name of a state here in Malaysia. So it is a capital S. Okay. Now number 3, that man is Mr. Wong. So he is called Mr. Wong. So capital M, capital W. Okay. Now number 4, he always goes to Star Supermarket. So Star Supermarket is a name. Capital S, capital S again. Okay. Now, unless they say he always goes to a supermarket called Star, then only the S in Star will have a capital. Alright? So number 5, that is the Twin Towers. So the Twin Towers is a name. So capital T for twin and capital T again for towers. That's why we're using is, because towers is a name instead of referring to 2 towers. Alright, if not, then those are the Twin Towers. Alright, so number 6, we are going to Penang. So because Penang, we know it's a state, right? So it's capital P for Penang. Alright, number 7, his house is in Bamboo Garden. So the name of the place is called Bamboo Garden. So capital B for bamboo and capital G for garden. Okay? And number 8, he is Raja Gopal. So Raja Gopal is his name. So that means we start with a capital R. Then number 9, my school is in Bandar Utama. So Bandar Utama is the name of a place, right? I'm pretty sure a lot of you in KL will be like, yeah! I love that place. Or maybe you hate it. I don't know. So capital B for Bandar and capital U for Utama. So Bandar Utama, I believe that's where we have the largest shopping mall in Malaysia. Well, I've been there a few times. Yeah, there are really a lot of shops, and the concept is quite unique. You might want to visit if you've never been to the One Utama shopping mall. Is it One Utama? Yeah, I think it's One Utama. It's been many years since I've been there. Alright, so number 10. Miss Lee is a nurse. So she's called Miss Lee. That means capital M and capital L is a nurse. Okay? So we have already finished part B. That's really fast. Alright, now let's look at part C. Choose the sentence that has the correct punctuation. So let's see. Let me shift this. Alright. So C. I really do hope you can read all of this. Alright, number 1. Mina is my best friend. So which one has the correct punctuation? Obviously, the name must start with a capital letter. And because the name is also the first letter of the sentence, the first word of the sentence, it's definitely going to be a capital letter. Now, best friend is not a name. So friend is not going to start with a capital F. Right? So the answer will be B, where the M for Mina is capital and the rest does not have capital letters. Alright, for number 2, the school is in Taman Intan. So we know that Taman Intan is a name, so it must have a capital T and a capital I. And the rest, because they are not a name at all. So they start with small letters, but of course the first word in every sentence must start with a capital letter. So it's C. And number 3. My teacher is Puan Rosma. So again, Puan Rosma is a name. So it starts with a capital P and it starts with a capital R. Teacher is not a name, so it does not start with a capital T. Right? And the first word in every sentence must start with a capital letter. So, number 3, the answer is C. And number 4, my uncle works in Sabah. So Sabah is a name, starts with a capital letter. That's great. Uncle works in. These aren't names at all. And the first word of the sentence will always start with a capital letter. Fantastic. So number 4 is A. Okay? Alright, let's look at correct this. Tick the correct sentences. Ooh, okay. That's gonna be... Let me try and push this here. Alright. Okay, I think this is the second last page. Alright. So, number 1, that is Jalan Aman. So you can see Aman must start with a capital A because it's the name of a road. So number 1 is wrong. Right, so you don't take it. Number 2, Mr. Chew is my uncle. So number 2 is correct. Take it. Okay. Number 3, my mother is Mrs. Nellie Lee. So the Mrs. is correct, but Nellie Lee, the N must be capital and the L must be capital. So number 3 is wrong. Now let's look at number 4. They live in Kuantan. So Kuantan is the name of a place. It should start with a capital K. So 4 is also wrong. Now let's look at number 5. Mayan is a big girl. So Mayan is a girl's name, and they started with a capital M and a capital Y. That's correct. So you tick that. Okay? Now let's look at number 6. We are going to Subang Jaya. So Subang Jaya is the name of a place. So it should start with a capital S and a capital J. So 6 is wrong. Now let's look at number 7. I am Vivian Tan. So Vivian is a girl's name, and Tan is also part of her name. But the T is not capital, so 7 is also wrong. Now let's look at number 8. He lives in Johor Bahru. So Johor Bahru again is a place, right? The name of a place. So it must start with a capital J and a capital B. Okay? Now for number 9, the shop is on Jalan Batu. The name of the road is Jalan Batu. So that's capital, fantastic. The rest are not names, they don't start with a capital, except for the first word of the sentence, which is again correct. So number 9, put a tick on it. Okay, then number 10, we went to Jaya Supermarket. So the name of the supermarket is Jaya Supermarket. So the J should be capital and the S should be capital as well. Right, so number 10 is also wrong. Alright, let's look at the last page of this unit. Okay. So this is write this. It says here, use the words given to help you make sentences about the picture. Write the sentences in the space provided. The first one is done for you. So number 1, it says here, that girl is Farah. Okay. What about number 2? Farah has, there is only one, right? A brother. So for number 2, oh, can you see this? Okay. Number 2, Farah has a brother. Okay. Number 3, Farah's brother Malik. So how are we going to write this? Well, you can write it as Farah's brother is Malik. Okay. Number 4, Farah and Malik live big house. So you can say Farah and Malik live in a big house. Ooh, Jojo. Okay. And number 5, their house Taman Tasik. So their house is in Taman Tasik. Oh, I hope you heard me just now because my dog was coughing. He's an old dog, so like old people, he coughs. Alright, so I hope you can learn something from here. and you can apply it in school. Right? Apply it in school, apply it anywhere as long as you're using English, and because you practice even though you're not in school, and you will become better over time. Right? So that's the end of this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Right? Bye.